A downtown development, I don't think we have to do one or the other. So I'm not the candidate who says, I hate downtown development because it's not doing anything out in the city. That's not what I say. I say let's keep strong development downtown, but let's also do strong development out in the communities. Many of our communities have been neglected in many ways. Infrastructure, and I'm not just talking about the low-income neighborhoods, I'm talking about our middle-income neighborhoods all along Harford Road or Evanston Village and other parts of the city. Infrastructure, you go out and you see the potholes, you see the curbing, you see the lack of trees, you see the lack of maintenance of our parks and our open spaces. And then you see the abandoned properties and no plan of how we recreate something there other than more and more neglect. Because the more we neglect, the more the properties and the neighborhood themselves begin to crumble. And so yeah, I believe strongly that we have to expand our development and the use of the same TIFs, the same pilots, the stronger use of our general obligation bonds to do this infrastructure and to create jobs is something I will do as mayor of the city of Baltimore. I would address development in a sandtown or other communities so economically deprived by working to create wealth in the communities. That is to say, you know, when they did Sandtown many years ago, they did a great job of building houses. They did a terrible job of building a community. And so in places like Sandtown, they need local entrepreneurship to happen in those communities. And you have a community where your dollar doesn't turn over even one time, it's going to fail pretty quickly. Almost no one in Sandtown can actually spend their paycheck in Sandtown. They can't go to a hair salon, they can't go to a grocery store, they can't buy fresh vegetables or fruits there. They can't do it because there's nothing there to do that. And more to the point, there's no local ownership of business there. And that has to happen in order to have a strong community. Not only because you can turn your dollar there, but because jobs are created in that community when you have local ownership of business. And so I would move into a Sandtown and similar areas. Could be Holland's Market, which takes me to another point, which I'll come to maybe later, but I think we've got to go in and make our city markets strong and viable again. We've neglected our city markets around the city, from Holland's Market and Broadway Market ain't what it used to be, and Lexington Market, you know, which used to be the world famous Lexington Market for many great reasons, have been allowed to slide into the condition they are now. So we've got to go back to the markets and to the communities and rebuild the communities economically, not just with housing, but when we're going to do the housing, let's hire the folk who are in those communities as much as we can. Let's train them to build the houses. Let's train them to put their communities back into shape. And then let's allow them to buy the houses that they're building in their community. Now they have jobs for life, at least they have skills for life that they can then take on and but be able to own something. The more people are able to take pride in what they've done and be able to pay and be able to buy and to know that their work as well as their pay goes into something they own, they'll take even greater pride in. So that's what I want to do in terms of building those economics in the community.